Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new NSL Live Talk. And after a very long time, we have special guests here again. It is NMP PCH HayaBusa. Thank you for taking the time and welcome to the NSL Live Talk.
Thank you, Kurt.
So you are in training in Spain. Have you completed the Shamrock Showdown yet?
No, we have not. We actually started training. Well, it's been a very long break for us. So we didn't want to go into a meet straight away. We need to go over a lot of other stuff before we attack a draw, and that's what we did. We jumps feel really good, but I think before we can really attack a meet, we're not like other teams where we continue jumping. We had a pretty big break, so it's nice to just go over stuff again and see where we are.
I wasn't really that serious about it. It was just a little opening provocation, if you can say so. I know that you that is your first training camp, and it is the first time since September, right, that you are now active again. And how did this feel coming back? It was in September last year when you were jumping the last time. Was it like your first jump, like the first AFF level 1 coming back to jump from planes? How did it feel like?
For Mike, yes.
No. By my side, it was fantastic because I jumped over Empuria Brava. So it's my first time here, and also because I always were like watching the guys' videos from jumping here. So for me, it was really exciting, and it felt like I did last month, so it was okay.
But Mike, we had you in the NSL Cloud Mondial, weren't you? That was your first outdoor.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was the last time, and that was in September, right? Or when
Well, what Mike actually meant to say was it's his first time jumping here in Skydive Empuria Brava.
Oh, okay.
And then also after a long break of not jumping for 6 months, and also it was his first jumps out of the Twin Otter. So bigger door than, of course, the Caravan. So he was very humble and very ecstatic in the first few jumps after the long winter break. Yeah, for sure.
And Andy, how was it for you? You were, like...
Andy, sadly enough, Andy is not here. Yeah. Sadly enough, Andy is not here. We have Luke here, but Andy is not here.
Luke Verstrepen, you are the HayaBusa member. Welcome to NSL Live Talk to you too.
I'm doing fine, very fine.
So why are you there, not Andy?
I'm doing a camp with the Qatar junior teams here in Empuria Brava. Yeah.
And Andy is not here because...
Well, Andy is in quarantine since today, unfortunately. He had a close contact of his that tested positive for COVID. So now the rules are that he needs to get a test, but he doesn't matter what the result is. He needs to go in a quarantine. So we still have 2 more days to go. So this is probably the end of our camp for now. We go home tomorrow, and that's it. So yeah, Andy is in a quarantine right now.
Bad luck. I mean, how much worse can it get? You had
worse. It could happen on day 1. Eh? Now, luckily enough, it happened on like a little bit after our day off. So we were able to do a 4-day training, let's say, camp first before the day off came. And the feeling was actually fantastic. It never felt like we were caught up or like a little bit behind. Yes, it was maybe a little bit unusual, but I think after the 2nd day, we already felt like, hey, our level did not fall back so much. And I think that's also thanks to the visualization that Mike did during the lockdown of 6 months. And what of course was needed, and I think the 40 jumps that we did so far were spot on.
40. Okay, well, that's not too bad. So now that it feels like it is like, you know, where you were before, you can take take the break until the world meet, right? You don't need.
Mondial. Well, we'll do the break until the Mondial, and then we'll jump the lead. Well, why not?
Yeah. 40 jumps. That would have been easy to squeeze in the 10 shamrock jumps. After 10 jumps, you said, oh, it feels good. After 20 jumps, it feels like we never stop. So then from jump number 20 to 30 or 30 to 40, you could have done the shamrock easily.
From 30 to 40, we already did like B-slots and funky stuff, and then the tunnel was not needed anymore. So no, we're done. We're okay. No, that's a joke. I mean, every day the guys are in the tunnel at the morning preparing the jumps for the rest of the day. And I'm looking at it from the outside, and it looks really good from my perspective. And also the jumps in free fall, we all expected, and also Gary, we all expected to be a little bit less in level, but yeah, can only say good news for so far.
So here's another question. Dave, you're the alternate now, right?
No.
You're not?
No, I'm not the alternate. No. No, I backed off being the alternate just in case, just because otherwise, imagine that it doesn't feel right. Imagine that the team suddenly is not rotating like how it should be, and then you always have me on the side. But that's not the. I don't want to give that feeling to Mike that whatever mistake that he makes, that I'm gonna pick up his slots. No, I gave him my full trust, my 100%. I'm out of the team. I'm the cameraman, unless somebody breaks a leg, I think, and that's the only reason when I come back. But I'm definitely not giving the slightest idea of standing behind Mike and looking over his shoulder and thinking that was not good. No, whatever he does, he has to do it by himself.
So we have the complete rear piece there, Mike and Bob. So let me ask you how does it feel now compared to how it was before? Bob, you could give the best evaluation. Mike feels comfortable in a slot, obviously, but there's surely a difference, no doubt, as of body size and style of flying and so forth. Do you feel a difference there, Bob?
Yeah, especially with the twin. You're so used. We did so many jumps out of this twinotter. So when you stand on the door, it definitely looks and feels different. But it's different. That's not wrong. It's just different than what we're used to. We don't funnel the exits. They go off great. It works on the hill. So it's still work in progress, but it's a lot of stuff is just different and new. But yeah, it's going good. Like I think especially the balancing part, Mike still has to get under control. But anything where speed is necessary, he has more than enough. So yeah, it feels great to be back in the air, and for sure it's not the Dave, but yeah, so far it's looking very promising where we are heading.
How is it for you, Mike?
Yeah, it's for sure it's not so easy, because I'm replacing now Dave with so many years of experience, so many jumps that for sure for Bob it feels different. But I'm trying to listen all the tips of everybody, from Dave to Bob to the other guys, from Gary, to try to give to the team, to Bob, the sensation, the confidence from before. Yeah, for sure it's not easy for me, but I'm doing my best to do it.
No regrets so far.
Living the
dream. Yeah.
Luke, you're watching the jumps, I'm sure, and you compare NMP PCH HayaBusa of 2004 and 5 to HayaBusa of 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what do you see now?
No, it looks good. I mean, I've seen a couple of jumps, and I've seen them working in the tunnel, and it looks good. It looks very good. Yeah, and I have no doubts that they will be back soon.
How is your Qatar delegation doing?
Well, we just finished the camp. We had the young guys here, the 2 teams, and yeah, we did
the cheetahs and the lions.
Excuse me?
The cheetahs and the lions?
Yes. Well, it was a good camp, yeah, because a long time we didn't jump anymore. Last camp was last year, October, November. So it was a pretty long break, but yeah, we're doing all fine, yeah.
How is your German team doing? Have you worked with them at all? Are they doing anything in Germany?
Not much. So they were stopped. I think even the last jumps was around August, I think.
Oh, geez.
And since then, no tunnel, no jumps. So
worse than HayaBusa.
Yeah, yeah. But it's always you can always come back.
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's no other choice then. I mean, you can stop skydiving, you can stop competing, of course, but who wants to do that? So yeah.
Work hard and you can always visualize. I can tell you.
There's no coming back in the US because we never really stopped here. And
no, but you are not allowed to travel to US.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different story. But at least you can get in the air. You know, I mean, there was.
But look at us now. We can also get in the air. We now just have a bad luck that Andy got, or one of his contacts got positive, and suddenly you're on the ground again. And that I think that can happen all over the place.
So let's still stick a little bit with the Shamrock. You know, I've been teasing you only so far about this, but it really happened. It was there, and it continues. You know, because we have it now as a cloud event until April 21st. I am sure that you have studied the videos in and out, and Dennis can probably give us a breakdown. I mean, you all together of what you saw there in Skydive City.
Well, the
8-way was looking good.
The 8-way was looking good. No, I mean, yeah.
Hang on 1 second, please. I'm trying to get you on here on show, so we can look at it at the same time.
Yeah, so we look at it at the same time.
Mm-hmm. So there we go.
But we didn't. They didn't complete the full 10 rounds, correct? Yeah.
Not yet.
Only did 4. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's you know, when I saw the jumps, I was it goes in the same line as what they've been showing in the beginning of the year. So I mean, they're for sure not on their peak yet. That we can see. You know, we can all see a little bit some glitches here and there, which is all is normal, and I'm sure they will progress. So yeah, I mean, I haven't been going into. I honestly haven't been going into the Shamrock like full depth because of our situation, and I didn't want to tunnel vision myself, let's say, of like, oh, we need to, this is, you know, like get myself too excited or look past the path that we need to take now after such a long break. I think I've been focusing a little bit more on, I've been watching the jumps, of course, but I haven't been going into depth on them, and I've been more thinking about what we need to do as HayaBusa than looking at other teams, let's say.
Yeah, they came. You know, the Shamrock always has a manual draw, and you saw that in the second round they drew actually a sequence which was made for HayaBusa. 5 random sequences, you know, the stuff that you really like a lot. You have seen that one already, I'm sure. So let's take a look here. And what do you think about airspeed? I mean, they have been working on improving their random skill.
Yeah, I mean, it's what I saw from the jump is a little bit as what they said themselves. Like they had a solid first couple of pages, and then after those 2-3 pages, they really started pushing the pace, and I think they came out with a good score. So it shows that they're working on their randoms, and but like I said before, it shouldn't phase us to go in too much into depth about scores and all that stuff. So it's a nice reference, but we need to work hard for sure as well. And yeah, I kind of honestly, we've been in a situation where I haven't been going so much into depth as I said in the draw so jumps.
Yeah, I guess basically all teams do that. You know, the videos of other teams is more or less just a reference. You know, everybody evaluates them, looks at them, but then you have to focus on your own performance. Without your own top performance, you can never win. But you still look at the videos and you see what the others are doing, you know, and how they're doing it, and you know where they are and so forth. So that's the only reason why it still makes sense to look at.
No, definitely, but I think what Dennis also wants to say is like you need to look at these types of videos to see what they are doing, and if what they are doing is still threatening us, yes or no. And if they are threatening us, then or we need to readapt, or we just need to trust with what we have. And it doesn't look like we need to be threatened at the moment. I don't think so. We just need to make sure that we just jump more. We will be ready in 16 months. We cannot just now come out of nowhere and try to beat airspeed. That would be unfair, and that's also not that's also not realistic. At the moment, we are less powerful, let's say, than airspeed. But in 16 months, if all goes well and we have the vaccines, that's going to be another challenge for them and for us. But at the moment, we're not. Yeah. We are not on the same level, sadly enough.
Why you cannot, you know, you always have to, you cannot be threatened as a world champion anyway. If you want to be a world champion, you cannot feel threatened. You know, you have to probably as a challenge.
It depends how you look at it for yourself. You know, if you think, I think this team never put themselves in their own head. For sure, you get the pressure from outside, but for ourselves, I think we always came to a meet thinking like, hey, we don't come here with, as we say, with our 2 fingers in our nose and just blow everybody away. We always put ourselves in second place, let's say, in our head, and we need to always fight for the first place. And I think if people put themselves like on top of everybody, we don't think that's a good mentality, and it will not get you very far. As we always say, and as other teams say, you need each other to grow.
Yeah, Luc, was that the same attitude that you had by then? Has that changed, or has it always been the same?
I think in HayaBusa have been always the same. The mentality is not different. Yeah.
We have been talking with Luc about their 2008 performance. I knew they were third. I wasn't on a team, but I didn't know it was with a tight margin in Maubeuge. And yeah, this week caught me by surprise. I didn't know they were so close of being a world champion in 2008.
Well, we were also talking about it yesterday during dinner, and we were also laughing about how we flew, because if you look back at the performance what we had, we were kind of wild, and we trained a lot because we had a bigger budget by then. But also we didn't know better. We never became a world champion yet. We didn't have the experience how to train. We never knew how to get to the first place. That only came later. Now we do have the experience to see like, okay, what does a team need to perform or to peak at a certain level, and what does it require to become a world champion? And by then we just trained a lot and hoped and tried and failed, and we failed a lot, but we laughed a lot and we learned a lot. And by losing, you also win, and you only become more stronger and more smarter. And I think throughout the HayaBusa history, you will see that every time when we lost, we gained more. And yes, when you put up those videos again, they are very laughable even for us. But I think it was the correct way to end where we are right now. So it has every victory first comes with a lot of disappointments and failures before you actually start winning, and then you gain experience.
However, the pressure is always there, especially on round one, no matter what, whether you have seen your opponent's jumps or not, whether whether it's a little big competition. I mean, Niklas, and he said that again after the Shamrock, once again, that round one, that pressure is there naturally. You cannot. Is that the same? Yeah, you cannot avoid it.
What pressure does airspeed have at the Shamrock? To be honest,
you would ask that, right? Yeah, but that's the interesting part of it. Exactly. No matter what it is, what meet it is. He said it again, and everybody else, they say the pressure on round one is always there. It's just, even if somebody is going to look at it later, even without that, you just go to any competition. You don't feel that? You don't. I mean, you're going into round one and you feel like, just another meet.
Well, it's still different. Like, if you have your opponents on the same plane and they exit before or behind you, or they're gonna watch the videos when you post them online, for sure there's some pressure, but it's not the same like being on a meet where everybody is at the same time in the same plane doing the same jumps, and it's how much
it's a different level of pressure, no doubt about that. So it's a different, whether it's a world meet or a Shamrock Showdown, but the pressure or the specialty of round one is, at least that's what everybody said, is always there. Whether it's little pressure or big pressure, that's a different story.
I think the pressure in round two was maybe even higher than the pressure in round one, because they know that it's a Hayabusa styled random jump, and I think that provides more pressure than actually starting the meet with round one. So although we were not there, there was always that little voice of thinking, what would Hayabusa do? Also, when you land and the scores come on the board and you have a clean round, you will always, in the back of your mind, tell yourself, how much would Hayabusa score in a round like this? And I'm sure that you will think the same way, and hoping that we provide you with the videos. And I think the whole world knows it, and it's a little bit our let's say, path that we did during the past, that we kind of gained that, what is it?
Position.
Yeah, that we gained that position, and it's nice to know, but eventually it's just a show. It's just a Shamrock showdown random jump. And
just a show. Showdown, just a showdown.
Yeah, and they scored 53, and you will never know what is the maximum score.
Right,
it's a 53 at the moment.
So when are you going back to training? Actually, I mean, outdoor training. Do you know that?
Yeah, if everything goes good and there's no new lockdowns or restrictions, then we come back here by the 28th of April. So we have another training camp, and hopefully all can continue like it goes, and we can start building more on the jumps we have now, and then we use the tunnel, we use all the jumps, and go a little bit deeper in our program with B slots, with exit training, because we still have a lot to cover. We're only just getting started, so
yeah. Well,
let's keep the fingers crossed.
Let's keep the fingers crossed for everything. David, maybe you can give us a quick update of the IPC ISC situation right now. Well, what's the status of the World Championship?
At the moment, the letter of WADA returned to the ISC. They had some extra questions. The ISC responded to that letter. They are very hopeful that it will go into in a wonderful path. Let's say that the Mondial is keep going on. The only thing that is maybe still restricting them is the COVID situation. That for now, future will tell. We don't know. You don't know. IC does not know. Even the organizers of the Mondial, they don't know. And I think, but in our mind, we agreed that it goes forward. So we are training, and we will be training very hard to be ready at round one on the 7th or the 8th of August. If it doesn't go forward for us, then we have a 16-month extra training to go to the next World Championship. So our mindset is August 1st, and if not, it's going to be October 2022. But at the moment, sadly enough, nobody can say what the future will bring. Half of April, let's say end of April, beginning of May, the whole world should know more of what is actually going on. And I can only suggest that the preliminary registration is open until the 15th or 18th of April. Do register, and the payment only has to be later at the final registration form, I guess the 28th of June. So that gives you enough time, if the Mondial goes forward, yes or no, to withdraw or to continue.
So what do you recommend? You would tell all the people who are potentially planning to go there to pre-register as soon as possible to...
Yes, do the preliminary registration, train your ass off, and wait until the beginning of May to know more. Not wait now until the beginning of May to start your training and eventually, shit, we lost 1 month. You have a month, train it, do the registration. If not, you lost nothing.
So everybody is going to Portugal, Spain, to the southern, the French teams went to southern France, right? Pamiers.
Yeah, but France is in lockdown again.
Yeah. So Spain there was also some talk that it would close beginning of the next week. Now they say that they will stay open. And that's what Bob also said, like, if nothing major happens or changes, we will come back to Skydive Ampulha Brava, but also Skydive Algarve in Portugal is also open.
Yeah, the French 8-way team just managed to get their 8-way jumps done, right? Are you following that 8-way situation too somehow?
Yeah, I watched the jumps, and I'm sure also Luca with the Qatar team, he looked at the jumps. For one reason or another, I couldn't find the airspeed jumps on YouTube, or airspeed XP8, sorry. But I have seen the French jumps and the Qatar jumps, yes. And yeah, I must say the French, they look good. They look really good. And I still think they have a lot of improvement to go. So if they keep it up, then I think we're in for a nice show.
Yeah. Okay. Let me show you something quickly, and the audience at the same time. I'm going to share the screen. Share the
screen. Are you going to show us the Russians?
No. I just want to show quickly where you see the jumps. So if you want to look at the jumps, if you go to the leaderboard, if you click on the rounds, you may not be able to see it on your iPhone because that goes to a different server. But if you click on the total, that's YouTube stuff.
Total. Okay. I was clicking on the
So here you would be able, so that makes a difference. You have to go to the total, and then those are different servers and different videos. So at least you can see them, and you should be able to see also every single round with a correct browser, different browsers. And anyhow, it's possible, and so I hope that will be continued too. And the Russian 8-way team will join soon. They will put their scores up.
Curious for the Russians.
But also the Russians are jumping on their home turf and their home airplane, so they must be very strong out of the let. So I expect a big fight between the top 3 countries.
Don't underestimate the Qatar Falcons. They have moved a lot closer to the medal positions than they.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
At the moment, no, I don't think so. No, I think
not at the moment.
Between 3.
Yeah, but if you take the last meet and compare it, so they're closing the gap. So whether they will get there or not, we'll see about.
I think that's another topic. I think this is not happening.
Yeah, we'll talk with some other folks on the 8-way topic soon, hopefully. But Dennis, how is your lovely wife doing? Is she jumping at least still, or what's she doing?
No. She decided to take a step back from the sport and take a big break. Yeah, I think she went through a path that was very hard in the sport, and up to the point where she wasn't able to enjoy it anymore. So instead of losing the passion for the sport completely in her life, she decided just to take a step back. It's now almost a year. Well, no, it must be more than a year.
Mm-hmm.
And she's enjoying doing other stuff. She's still interested, obviously. She still follows her former teammates, sometimes calls them and whatnot. So, but for now, she enjoys just doing other stuff. And who knows? We'll see her back one day.
Well, I mean, she couldn't have picked the time for a break better than no. She decided to take that break before the COVID came, right?
Yes. So just when Russia to 2020 was decided that they were going to be postponed, then she decided that she was going to take a break.
Yeah. So that's a perfect timing. So good for her actually, and yeah, we all hope that she'll be back one day. But the only downside is, I mean, actually not really, but the only downside is we don't get the little insider information from you any longer.
That's the gossip that's the gossip that he wants.
End the recording.
Yeah.
That's right. But you say she is in touch with her. That's nice that she keeps in touch with her. You know, I can tell you that the US teams are very eager to know something. I mean, the US female team, mixed PG4, you know, and the others, they're very interested in knowing how the French girls are doing. And the French girls, the Wemby girls.
You mean Christine Sophie? I mean the girls of the A team. Yeah. Well, they're flying with Pamela. They have done recently a short camp in Gap because every year the French teams need to go to Gap for represent for the federation and stuff. But that is jumping from a Pilatus. So
they're current.
Yeah, so
current and Pilatus jumps.
So I know from past years that they do jump to get the jumps, but it's hard to do a full-on focused camp from exit, hill work, and all that stuff. So they go to represent, and that's it. So I know they did 4-way there, and that's it. That's all I know.
Well, we can only wish them good luck, because if they're getting into
Hey, but Kurt, you can also do NSL talks with the French. I mean,
yeah, well, I have that on the list too. Actually, we had one.
Instead of asking me.
Yeah. I want to know the stuff that they wouldn't tell me, and I can get okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, guys, I let you go back. So you have time off now, right, Andy? So you're trying to.
Tomorrow they do a 3-way drill set in the tunnel, like they did this morning. Actually, there's still some things that Mike needs to cover. Even though Andy is not here, they can still train with the 3. And I'll be watching with Luke on the outside and explaining them what needs to become better. I mean, we have now Gary is away. I mean, we still have Luke to look at them. So me and Luke will sitting in the sofa watching them in front of our face. Do like, this is good, or this needs to be a little bit more arch, chin up, things like that.
But we don't pay him.
And in the meanwhile, we drink a coffee and have a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're laughing like in 2008.
Yeah, and it's always Mike. Mike, keep your level, keep your shoulders leveled, chin up, be a little bit lower, not too low, be a little bit more lighter, things like that. So.
Oh my God, they're already going. Oh shit.
Going.
Why in the tunnel, not in freefall?
Because we're only the 3 of us. We can also ask Luke to join.
Sure.
No, you could just do this. You and Luke, you can just jump at the same time outside. You sit there looking at them, and then you can still do thumbs up, thumbs down. And
on the same level, hey,
We love it. We love it.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think if you like, Kurt, when you post this video, I think Mike still has a video coming from a WeTransfer. If you like it, one of our training videos, then I think he will be very happy to share the link. Not yet. Maybe tomorrow or so. Is that okay for you?
I mean, of course it is.
So if not, just tell it that. If you do not want to see the training video, we're even best friends.
And I will share also my AFF course from yesterday.
Yeah.
And David did to me.
Hey, Mike, can you send me some other videos too, just from the training?
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah. He did reserve, so he's also current.
I'm bribing you again with a bottle of wine or something. Okay. I think that's good enough.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for it was a lot of what did David say? A lot of laughing and learning, and I appreciate that.
Crying also.
And
Crying is not much.
Luke, how long are you still staying there with the Qatar delegation?
I was 1 month here. 1 month.
And how much longer?
Finished.
No, finished. I go home tomorrow.
Oh, it's over. Okay. And I'm sure that you have done the Shamrock Showdown with your teams, right?
Yeah, we did the jumps.
Oh, you did? Okay. All right. Great. So
25.
Somebody's going to send that to me soon.
Sure. If I can find my camera guy back, then I send it.
Luke, come on. Okay. Okay, great.
I mean, yeah, we started to do the AA draw, but then we looked like, well, no. And then we did the same jumps from the, of course, one or two jumps is the same in the draw, but then we did the other one from the AAA also.
Yeah, AA. Yeah, see, the AA draw is still there, so you can
compare and to watch, because we only here started to do AAA. All the switches and all this is the first time we did. So yeah, but we just did draw the jumps, what was done, and look, to give them an experience to in the training to do a draw and see where we are.
Good. So we can talk about this next time. Great. Do that.
Yes. No
okay.
problem. Welcome.
Well, have a safe trip back home, and I wish everybody there in Europe well, that things are gonna get under control as good as possible soon. Yeah. And we all how do you say it? Cross your finger, hold your thumb in Germany, whatever you say, that everything will go well and for the Mondial.
Yeah. Well, in that case, we also would like to say a big thumbs up and speedy recovery for Jeanette of Rhythm.
Yes.
We read some bad news maybe. So we hope that the pregnancy goes splendid and that she will recover very speedy, as I said. And our thoughts and our prayers are with her and Steve, of course, and the whole team. And we would love to see her in good shape at the Mondial.
Thank you. I wanted to bring this up. I forgot about it. Yes, Jeanette and Steve, good luck with everything. And Jeanette, she is strong and healthy, and so she'll come out. They will come out of it, and we will hopefully see all of them in Tanai too.
Of course.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, and we speak soon again.
Thank you.